85,
90.
90, 95.
We're playing for keeps.
We're on the market. Stay strong, sir.
Sold! Hello and welcome to GPTV on Tuesday the 26th of August. My name's Philip Kingston.
And I'm Gary Peer.
Gary, busy auction week, and must say that you held up admirably, stepping in for me as I was suffering from man flu, lying in bed with a cold pack on my forehead, shivering, or whatever you're meant to do when you got man flu.
On Thursday, before we had our very special night, we have a 10-year event once a year, and it was on Thursday night, and we might even have some images to put up because we've got now 40 people that have been with us for 10 years, and we've got a few joining next year, and we've got, I think, about 13 that have been 20 years, Phil. But you weren't there, you were notably absent, and look, it's not very often you're crook, but you were very defensive when I had a bit of a dig at you. You were like, "Oh, have you never been sick?" And I'm like, "No, I haven't really." But anyway, he was very, he was a little bit, got the claws out a little bit because you don't like being unwell, do you?
I don't like the fact that I missed our incredible 10-year club, which is a great club full of all of the people that have been with us for 10 years, which is now in excess of 40 people. And I missed the dinner, and I hear it was a great dinner, a great venue, great food, great company, and great vibe.
Yeah, but you didn't miss out on having to pay for it because we still had to pay for it.
Fantastic.
So that's okay. So you did get to enjoy that part of it.
I did, because I get the American Express alerts when an amount has been spent, and I did see the alert come up, and I thought to myself, pretty sure we didn't budget on that much.
No, we didn't. And that alert, there's a certain alert when it gets over a certain amount where it actually starts flashing red, doesn't it? And the whole phone goes off. Anyway, it was a beautiful night, and thank you to all of our wonderful people that have been here for 10 years plus. We pay homage to you because you make our business wonderful and you make our lives wonderful. So thank you, and the lives of our clients as well. Phil, I just want to talk a bit about the weekend, but before that, of course, we've now got a new tax on bedrooms. Have you seen that in the news? They're going to say, if you've got bedrooms unused, we are now going to tax you on that. That was part of the very useful summit that the government had. And I reckon, I see an opportunity for us because now we can actually start auctioning rooms in houses. So, you can sell, this is a home that you're going to buy, but we're going to have another auction for this room. And by the way, we think one living room's enough. So we're going to have an auction for the lounge room, an auction for the third bedroom that no one's using, an auction for the study over there, which is only used occasionally. I think this could be good for business. What do you think?
You know what, it's a new marketing ploy, and there's no question that real estate agents always have this habit of wonderfully adapting, but where's it all going to end, Gary?
I don't know. There's a lot. The property is just, if you're a person that likes taxing things, property is just the best thing ever, isn't it? Because you just keep going everywhere. You can get stamp duty, land tax, capital gains tax. Now we've got a rooms tax. We've got a tax for, when what's it called when you rent them out occasionally?
An Airbnb
tax.
tax.
So we've got every sort of tax on property. There is just no limit to the amount of taxes. I think there should be a roof tax. In Queensland, they've got a height tax. You know that? Yep. So if you're up a certain floor. So, property is it's just the tax man's greatest joy.
What about running government more efficiently, Gary?
No.
Would that be just a possible thought process?
Think so. I think let's just keep attacking those that have sacrificed, saved, and worked hard to get property. I think they're the people that we should be getting straight into, Phil. I think there's no mistake about that.
Gary, let's move on from your little rant, and not that your rant is not warranted, I've got to say. Yeah. But let's talk about the market that was, because Australia looked like it picked up last weekend. Better clearance rates in all of the capital cities. Melbourne's come in with, according to REA, a 72% clearance rate, which is up on this week last year. Yep. But at Gary Peer and Associates, because we missed out on putting up towers last week.
No boast last week.
Because we were equal. But we came in with 17 sales out of 20 auctions for an 85% clearance rate.
Against an industry average of 72. Put up the towers, have the Bose music. Don't we love the Bose music? We do indeed. In fact, so I'm getting theatrical. We actually had a buyer that was bidding theatrically in Garden Street. Also, we had a buyer that was saying, 902, and he was like doing this whole act, and I loved
the whole routine.
Yeah, and it worked for him.
We should see more of that. Buyers, if you're watching this and you're thinking about introducing a routine at auctions, we encourage you. We encourage fancy dress.
I think so too. Outfits.
Outfits.
Hats.
There will be a prize for the best outfit and the most theatrical bidding. We'll have a look at that.
A side business could be to open up a costume store, a a Bitters costume store. What do you think about
there
that?
we are. We never lose a trick.
We never thought about that before.
We'd have a semi-trailer pull up outside
and have costume hire.
full of racks.
All different. You could go as a ghost. You can go as Darth Vader.
A chicken.
You can go as a chicken. Oh, this is getting ridiculous. It's very funny. Anyway, I've lost it now. I will come back to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway,
Moving
so
ahead,
stupid.
Can we, given the fact that I wasn't out there across the weekend, give me some examples?
Why chicken? I've got to ask you, why chicken?
Because I've got a friend whose husband, at any opportunity, Mel, you know who I'm talking about, he's got a chicken costume and he just likes the opportunity of wearing a chicken costume. So in random moments or random parties, he will arrive in a full-on chicken costume.
He's got to come to one of our auctions.
For what reason, I've got no idea.
God, I'm so sorry. I've really lost it.
If you happen to be watching and your husband would like to come to an auction and set the theme, come in a chicken costume, we welcome you.
It's just getting so ridiculous. Anyway, look, thank God we amuse ourselves. Look, there was a human interest story on the weekend. I mean, some things in real estate can be a bit spooky, Phil. They can be spooky, you know. And Dame Edna used to talk about, oh, it's spooky. But this is spooky because there is a property in South Yarra that was sold. It was a lady inherited a property. It was her family's property.
Yes.
It was a very special property. She felt very
an apartment.
connected. It was an apartment.
Two-bedroom apartment.
In Mona Place. She bought it and her circumstances led her to having to sell it.
Right.
Some years ago.
Nothing spooky about that so far.
Not so far. She went to Sydney, this particular lady.
Yes.
Went to Sydney, bought a home, built a life, and thought only very recently, I wish I could have that property back.
So this was a sentimental decision?
It was a sentimental thought. I wish I could have that property back because it was a special property to me. Lo and behold, the next day, she finds that property online for sale.
Yes.
And buys it from Gary Pure & Associates on Saturday in Mona Place, South Yarra. Now, is that not a beautiful story? You know?
It's a lovely story.
It's a lovely story.
Having said that, it's just a story. I don't think there's anything spooky about it. You know, the world works in random ways. So lovely. Thank you for sharing.
Thanks for your sentiment.
But no,
I reckon
that story doesn't raise.
Fair enough. I reckon the chicken, the guy dressed as a chicken bidding at auction's better. No, I thought that was a lovely story, but never mind.
Okay.
Let's talk about what's hot.
Yes.
What is hot is semis.
Yep.
On the weekend we sold semis. Now, of course,
we're talking about
Sydney,
single story,
semi-detached, single story. Some call them one of a pair.
Let's put up Beatty Avenue as an example, so everybody knows exactly what we're talking about. Single story semi, party wall going down the centre.
Yes.
Generally sits on anywhere from 250 to 350 square metres.
Now, Beatty Crescent was an auction that you were scheduled to do, but because you were somewhat unwell, and tucked up in bed with your hot cup of tea and your tablets there, Phil, I had the absolute joy of auctioning that property, which is situated opposite a park, which was for sale a little bit quietly, which did not really fire. But lo and behold, Phil, you talk about TTP.
Trust the process.
And you talk about TTA.
Trust the auction.
No.
Trust the apple.
No.
Trust the...
I can't remember. It was just last week we talked about
the...
I reckon it's gone to his brain.
Anthropic. Anthropic?
Trust the agent, Phil.
Trust the agent.
Trust the process and trust the agent.
Yep.
TTP, TTA. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Okay. Have you had a lot of strong medication?
I had a lot of Codrol, and
Yeah,
I've got to tell you that pseudoephedrine that's only
should
can
be
be bought
pumping you
behind
up.
the counter. Got to tell you, don't mind that.
No, I don't mind it either. Anyway, that property, Phil, sold. It was quoted, in up to sort of the high 1.2s maybe.
Yep.
It was a runaway train. It was a runaway train. Let's hear the sound. Okay, it was really a runaway train and went really well. So well done to Nikki Janova. Thank you, and well done to the vendors. Congratulations. I was delighted to be doing it. They said that I did a pretty good job. They were expecting you, but they got me. But they were pretty damn happy with that. Hey, one McGrath Street. That was another semi-detached. That was another runaway train, Phil.
Up on screen as we speak.
Up on screen as we speak.
Viewers, you're getting the flavour of what a semi is.
A delightful vendor who I think bought it from us some years ago, Phil. We were expecting that also to go somewhere in the 1.2s to 1.3. Another undisclosed price, Phil, but another big runaway train. So those were the hot properties, semi-detached homes, Phil, that offer good accommodation, a little bit of land, not too much land, and is distinct to an apartment or a villa, but not the price of a house. They are running pretty hot.
If you think about the ingredients of these semis, Gary, firstly, you've got land.
Yep.
You've got your own street frontage.
You do.
They're generally solid brick.
Yeah, they're good.
Generally
good parking.
got good floor plan.
Yep.
Period in nature, so you can add modern luxuries, but you still get the romance of the period. Off-street car parking and a good back garden.
Yep.
So these are the componentry that make up why semis are popular.
And McGrath Street had 4 bidders, 1 bid at the end.
Yep.
Well above the, because the biddings were going in small amounts, and then someone just put in like a $35,000 bid. Bang.
Take that every time.
Took it. And that bought the properties. 381 Garden Street. Congratulations to the vendor there who we have been fortunate enough to sell for in the past, who keeps us on our toes.
He does.
I can tell you that.
A man with a challenge. He's a man with a challenge.
And he likes to keep us up to our challenge.
Yep.
But well done and congratulations.
Shout out to you, David, for keeping us on our toes, and we love you for it.
David and Natalie, thank you. And what a fantastic result that was. Really, really sold for well in excess. And well done to Jeremy Rosens, Daniel Mickmaker, who did an amazing job. Phil, there's a few others to report about. There's at Rosamond Street, which sold for $1,590,000.
What a beautiful house, and
was a beautiful
get
house.
that up on screen. Congratulations to Adam, the builder there, who just does beautiful work.
He does great work.
And that is just such an asset to the community, because a lot of people walk past it, and it was a derelict old home that he has resuscitated and brought into 2025 and beyond.
Absolutely. Belsize Avenue, Phil, was sold for $2,290,000. I think that was the one that was brought in earlier than it was due to go to auction, but somebody forced our hand. We've had our hand forced a few times. We also had our hand forced in Bundoora Road.
Let me put that into perspective, Gary.
Is that the right term?
Our hand is being forced.
Maybe not.
Sometimes, viewers, when we get some real momentum, the auction date is scheduled. It's generally a full 3-weekend marketing with the auction in the 4th weekend.
It is, indeed.
But if we think that the campaign peaks early, we will often bring the auction in. We will do a private auction, invite those people that have expressed interest in buying it. And both Belsize and Bundoora Road were 2 that went through that process where the interested parties were invited in for a private auction.
And indeed, congratulations to the vendor of Bundoora Road, who had an incredibly successful auction. We'll show some images of that home. That was a beautiful home. Loved the garden. It had been refreshed, and it was a young home, Phil, that had been refreshed for sale, and it just looked fantastic.
I think the point I'd like to make, Gary, is that if you are interested in buying a house and you're really seriously in the market, you really need to get into these houses week 1 or week 2 of the campaign, because week 3 might be too late.
It can be, you're right.
So I think if you're an active buyer, you really need to jump in and go, all of the properties that I'm interested in, I'm going to make sure I'm there week 1 or week 2, because those are the 2 momentum weekends. It doesn't mean we can't pick up a buyer on weekend 3, but if it's going well and both the vendor and the agency decide that the time is right, there's no guarantees that everything gets to auction.
So get there up front in your chicken outfit and get ready to bid and to buy straight away. Phil, we've got some great auctions coming up this weekend. We've got a beautiful smorgasbord of selections.
Tell me, how many have we got, Gary?
Saturday. We've got lots, Phil. We've got lots. We've probably got 25 or more. We'll go through them anyway. We're starting off on Saturday morning at 10:30am. Is there any better place to start your life in 10:30am than in Beaconsfield Parade, Albert Park? Jeremy Rosens gets to auction this.
Gotta love that, Gary. Opposite the beach, that's being handled by Morris Biton. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space, and you've got everything on your doorstep that Melbourne loves.
I'm jumping over to Hobart, Phil. I love that sunny city, but this time it's Hobart Road in Murrabina that
You're meeting
Lior is auctioning.
Natalia Koropets and Lior Samuel, who's got the auction honours. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Just good, honest real estate, and I love those streets in Murrabina.
As do I. Now, I can't go there, Phil, because I'm going to be in Toorak Road, South Yarra, meeting Daniel Pierre and Romy Skolnick. Tell us about this
2
apartment.
bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space, Gary. Beautiful apartment, beautiful building, lots to love there.
You better get your act together and your voice back, Phil, because you've got a busy weekend coming. It kicks off 10:30am in Rigby Avenue, Carnegie.
Brand new housing development, this, Gary. This is a beautiful townhouse development. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, basement garage, so it's actually a double garage in the basement. This has got everything that opens and shuts. Jacob Kingston and Julian Millman will be there.
We've got 4 auctions at 11:30 scheduled, Phil. 21 Filbert Street is where you're going to be at, meeting with Nikki Janova and Jessica Filipovic.
Looking forward to that, Gary. That's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a car space. Just a beautiful home from the front door to the back gate and everything in between. That is just a gorgeous, gorgeous home. Check out some of the features of that home. It's a beautiful home in a great spot.
We're doing more and more in this evolving suburb of Hughesdale. Phil, this time Lior is going to be meeting Christian de Freck at 32 Simmons Street.
3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, 594 square metres of prime land. Love that opportunity, Gary. That's one that you can move into as you plan what you might do in the future.
Wilgar Street, St Kilda East is where Bernie Mel meets Simon Radolnik to auction this great apartment.
Daniel Pear's involved here as well. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, Gary. Wilgar Street is a bit of a favourite of ours. That's a good apartment in a great location, walking distance to great facilities.
I love the feel of this apartment, Phil. It's in a great location. Jeremy Rosens has auction honours. That's 407 at 356 Orong Road, Caulfield North.
What an incredible building. I mean, when you live above a supermarket, Gary, and a shopping centre, you've got everything on your doorstep. So this is 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a basement secure car space. Why you'd need a car when you live there, I have no idea, but it's there, a car space if you want it.
Well, you probably don't need one, Phil. We could just use it for something else.
Yep,
36 Wallace Avenue, Murrumbina is where you're going to be at 12:30, meeting Leon Guzenfitter and Liorba.
Yes, Gary, this is a great property. 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, plenty of off-street car parking, plenty of land. That's we just can't talk highly enough about Murrumbina, and that is a great address.
Phil, we're going to be in Windsor also on Saturday, this time in High Street. Mark Kirkham meets Jeremy Rosens for this auction.
Adi Ignatius is there as well. This is a great 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space apartment, and of course walking distance to Windsor and Paran's best facilities.
Hamilton Avenue, St Kilda is where Jeremy Rosen fronts up at 1:30 p.m. with Ben Eisner.
And Johnny Sweepo, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. Great building, great location and beautiful apartment.
You're bringing down the curtain on a very busy Saturday at 11 Vine Grove, Carnegie. Tell us about this beautiful looking home.
Well, I'm meeting Leon Guzenfitter and Vanessa McGlynn there. What a beautiful home. 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, lock-up garage, everything that opens and shuts. That is magnificent, beautiful aspects there, Gary. Love that property, love that location.
We kick off Sunday morning with this fine home in a great address, 7 Maurice Street, Caulfield North.
Meeting Liam Elbaum and Daniel Fisher. What a superb property and an amazing street. This is 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. That has just about everything you could possibly want. Beautiful parcel of land, Gary. So you get everything there. Sits on 674 square metres of Caulfield North's primest.
Love Hotham Street, Phil. It's a great position in Elstonwick, particularly that part is very, very nice to live in. And we've got an apartment coming up with Daniel Pear at 10:30
Well,
a.m.
it's actually a townhouse, Gary. So that is a great property. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom and a basement car space and a storage room. A really good looking building, a beautiful property. And again, just everything's on your doorstep. Daniel Pear and Romy Skolnick have got the honours.
Phil, it is house-size living in this terrific apartment in Wander Road. What a huge and beautiful property. You have the auction honours at 11:30.
Doing that with Joel Suhr and Benjamin Rothschild. I love this property, Gary, because it's the entire top floor. You've got a double garage. That double garage, of course, is on the ground floor.
Yes.
But this is the entire, there's only 2 apartments in the building. The ground floor apartment has downstairs. This is the entire upstairs. It's really house size. 3 incredible bedrooms, 2 magnificent bathrooms, huge entertaining areas, bigger than most houses. Looking forward to that auction.
You could just about walk from there to your next auction, Philip, at 21 Kooyong Road. This is a great looking property. Love this sort of real estate.
Gary, and that part of Kooyong Road is a great location and full of really good properties. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms and a double lock-up garage. And then the kicker here is that it sits on 715 square metres of prime land. Love that location, love the opportunity. Subject to council approval, you can do so much, including townhouses.
Phil, you take Kooyong Road, I'll take Orong Road. I'm meeting Reno Papalore there at 12:30.
And Darren Crongold, Gary, this is a great property, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, absolutely beautiful inside. All of the hard work's been done. Check out some of the floor in that property. Beautiful parquetry floors, beautiful kitchen area. That is a stunning property.
Leo Samuel is going to be also at 12:30 auctioning in East St Kilda in Lansdowne Road.
Meeting Izzy Anstey there. 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, 1 car space. That's a really good modern building and the apartment is magnificent.
5 at 299 Oran Road at St Kilda East. Mark Kirker meets Jeremy Rosens to auction this terrific apartment.
Gary, that's a huge apartment. Just the dimensions of that apartment are absolutely amazing. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, undercover car parking. Great building, fantastic location near the Alma Village.
42 Bundeera Road is sold, Phil. Was scheduled to go this weekend, but 401 Glenira Road is going ahead, and you are the auctioneer.
Gary, what an amazing property. Now, we've got so many options here. First of all, it's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, plenty of off-street car parking, but there is also some plans and permits there where you can build 2 incredible townhouses. So the opportunities here are amazing. That is being handled by Darren Krongold and Benjamin Rothschild.
Hotham Street, St Kilda East, another auction there on Sunday. This time, Jeremy Rosens has the honours.
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1 car space. Beautiful outlook there, Gary. It's a really good apartment. Ben Eisner and John Sweepo have had the honours.
And you are going to be drawing down the curtain, Phil, at 2:30 p.m. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Rockbrook Road. I'll be there with you.
Looking forward to seeing you there, Gary. Daniel Piranromi Skolnick auction honours there. 4 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, off-street car parking for a couple of cars. That's a great opportunity, great flexibility there, Gary. We like that property a lot.
A few places to feature before we go, Phil, just to talk about this amazing duplex in Lang Street,
Gary,
South Yarra.
Lang Street, South Yarra is a fantastic address. It sits on a really good parcel of land, so you've got some real flexibility here. You've got 2 really good apartments. And you can move straight into either of those. The upstairs one is already tenanted, so you've got income flexibility. You could turn that into one home, you could build your new home there, subject to council approval, and Lang Street is in the epicentre of South Yarra, so a great property.
I want to talk about this property, Philip, because it's owned by an estate agent, and you know, estate agents usually own pretty good homes, don't they? Including this one, 3 Jeweller Street, Bentley East. What a great opportunity to buy a home on a reasonable block of land in great nick, with a beautiful swimming pool
Well,
too.
it's the whole package, Gary. 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, off-street car parking for 3 cars, including a lock-up garage, beautifully renovated throughout, and, great location, great parcel of land, so much to love.
Phil, we're going to finish with Laura Street, Caulfield South. This is a great-looking property. Very excited to bring this to
Gary,
market.
this is brand new, and it's 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a double lock-up garage, which is hard to find. This is the townhouse with everything. It's been luxuriously finished. Darren Krongold and Kevin Huang have had the honours there. That is a great property, and you can move straight in and get on with life.
That is a big wrap, and I hope you get on with life and get past your little bit of flu that you've got there, Phil.
Thank you,
because
Gary. Feeling better by the day.
It's not good to see you not at your absolute best, and the reality is you're not unwell very often. But those times you are unwell, as much as I'm going to be trying to be a sympathetic friend and support you, I just like giving you a hard time, even when you're in that state.
Well, thank you.
I don't know what that makes of me.
Thank you for your harsh love and harsh encouragement, but I'll take it as a compliment. Viewers, thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you all out for a very busy weekend. I'm Philip Kingston. Have a great week.
I'm Gary Peer. See you next time.